right, I don't want to wait anymore. Hey, friendos, welcome back! Oop, let me turn my camera a little bit. There we go. To more Kirby! We're gonna finish Kirby today! I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you all came back. This is crazy. Today definitely will not be as long as yesterday. Partially because we have less to do, but partially because I almost died yesterday. I was so tired. Holy shit. I just got so excited in the afternoon. You know, like a toddler that runs around for a couple hours and then falls down. Okay, that's fair. Maybe you never left. Maybe you're always here, always watching. Hey, Noctis. This is Fiber Arts Witchcraft. It's the best kind. I am still drinking my coffee. I was almost late today because I don't know. As tired as I was, I couldn't sleep for shit. So here we are. Got the mermaid coffee cup and the high test coffee. So it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. It's fine. Okay. I kind of have a half-assed plan to, if we finish this too soon, well, I want to totally finish this one also. I want to cut it and glue it. There we go. Cut it and glue it and back it. I would like to do that so it's all done because I don't like doing that part. So kind of like I refuse to go grocery shopping without grid, not because I can't go grocery shopping without grid, but just because if I have to suffer, it's more fun if someone also has to suffer with me, so then you guys get to suffer with me. Alright. Okay, I think I set this up smart yesterday. Oh yeah, these are all the colors we already used, so let's get those the fuck out of here. I think we're still working on this one. That feels right. I don't know. Baker reminded me this morning that while I said that I was going to do these on Tuesdays, I had just promised her that on Tuesday afternoons, because of her new semester grad school schedule, she has Tuesday afternoons free. I had just promised her that I would go for outside walks on Tuesday afternoons, which I desperately need. She needs to walk me like a dog, or else I don't go outside, or else I am a mushroom. So, these may be on some Tuesdays, but they'll probably be smarter. I can probably guarantee they will be on Wednesdays instead. Thursdays if we don't finish. I don't know. All of my plans go wrong every time, right? Only organized in this one specific instance. There are so many other circumstances where that just isn't the case. Organization is a lie. Also, the rest of my house, because I didn't do anything yesterday afternoon and I didn't really do anything all weekend, is a disaster. Hot disaster. All right. We were working on, oh right, the mustache color. Yeah, okay, so we worked on the armpit all down here. So now we can go here. Yeah, we can start here. Yeah. I checked the VOD yesterday and I noticed how often I just start to pull this out of the camera frame. I'm gonna try doing that less. Oh, nice. Perfect. Yeah, then I did that on purpose. That was on purpose. Plan that on purpose. Uh-oh. I haven't had the coffee yet, so the handshakes are here. I gotta say, putting on makeup before 3 o'clock in the afternoon is like the worst thing. I hate it so much. Wait, that's not right. Hang on. 2. Ooh, did we miss a stitch? I think we missed a stitch. 2, yeah, I did. That kind of sucks. Oh, that's alright. We'll stitch around it. Then I can go back. Man, the cats were not having it this morning. They wanted me to get out of bed so bad. Link is still crying, and I'm not quite sure why. I think he's just mad. It's like, you fed me slightly later than I wanted you to, and now you're gonna suffer. Alright, so we go 2 down, and then 2 more down. Yeah, this little square right here was supposed to be a different color. But I must have just gotten too excited, and we missed it. Don't you start nodding already. Way too early for this. Oh, that's a good one. Here we go. I love it when your thread knots, but it's just a slip knot. That's great. And then you can just yank it out. Hey, Dev. Yeah, it's almost like torture, I gotta say, because every time a good, you know, like one of the classic Minecraft songs come on, I'm just like, oh man, it would be great to play Minecraft. Are we playing Minecraft now? This is kind of like Minecraft. We're working in blocks. I feel like blocking is a fiber arts thing. I don't know. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to try to find some more music again. After foregoing all possible music. This might be a door that I don't want to open up again, but I also feel like trying to do this sitting in silence will be awful. I'll make Chernobylized come over. I'll set him up with a mic outside my window. I'll just smack him until he plays guitar. Oh yeah, that's how I feel, Dev. That is how I feel. There's so many turds, yeah. So unfortunate. At least mostly they're straightforward turds, though. Are we still using soy as an insult? That's how long it's been since I played Minecraft. I don't even know anymore. Down. So 1 over from that is... Oh, this is wrong. Oh boy. It's too early. I can't count. Think what? Link's meow sounds like he's saying mom. So it always makes me feel a little bit worse every time he does meow. And to be fair, a lot of the times that he meows, he's checking to see where I am specifically. So... Welcome to the Bad Mom Club. Oh right, I forgot I could turn on the TV and then see you guys a little bit easier. I'm so disappointed with our complete lack of progress yesterday in Dark Souls. I had so many hopes. Hopes and dreams. Yeah, that's fair. Getting into phase 2 before he kicked our ass. But I want to win. All the winning. It's still a stupid dragon. Grid was telling me that apparently the, Alright, I'm gonna let Link in. Hang on. Come on, buddy, what? We get the hot glue gun. Oh no, you have not been to bed? Oh dear. Take care of thyself. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Grid was telling me about apparently the strategy for that fucking dragon is ridiculously complicated and specific. So I might have to actually look it up. Hey, Zuria, how are ya? Eeh. Is that... do we need this in there, or is that a lighter color? I think that's a lighter color. Yeah, that's the lightest color. There we go. Oh no! That's the worst. yeah, he does, doesn't he? Look, Kirby's just had a real hard day. Hi, Link. I said hi to Link and he just goes... like, okay. Alright. This is what we're doing, okay. Oh no, that's a lot different than what I've been doing. Come and scrub to tank. I like that as a strat. Ooh! A rug! Getting fancy! I much prefer just kind of guessing and then always being wrong. That's what I do in terms of rugs. That's a lie. I have had probably not very many rugs. But I do that for furniture, which is also a bad idea. Don't do that. I just have too many cats for carpet. Although I feel like the minimum number of cats, or the maximum number of cats for carpet is 0. Oh, you know, we should really put up, we should make up the game vote list, like, now. Because if we don't do that now, I'm never gonna do it. It's just never gonna happen. Oh god, yeah. And then when they start peeing, like, if they've ever peed on your rug, you're done. You're just done. I do feel that, Dab. I also identify that with that, which is unfortunate because I love carpet. There's nothing I love more than like fresh, clean, nice carpet, but with cats it's just never. It's not the reality. I can vacuum I do almost always. I almost vacuum every day. And that's not even the bad part. I don't even mind the vacuuming. It's the hairballs and the vomit. And they're done peeing on the rugs. They're all fixed now. They're done peeing on the rugs, but they have peed on the rugs. And it's just, you can't go back from that. That's just your life now. Okay. Leg. Yeah. Get some leg action. Or is it a foot? I don't know. Does Kirby have leg? Is Kirby only foot? Definitely not. I checked my bod yesterday and you could definitely see my feet. Though they were in socks and moccasins. So, no report, please. Oh Oh no, what if I started doing like meme cross stitches? Oh no, what if I did Yoshi feet? Oh no! Start up like an emote cross stitch service for streamers. You want to put your emote up as a cross stitch on the wall? Pay my food bills. Oh, I do the same thing, Omega, and I feel guilty every time. Grid's like, oh, we have to clean that up, and I'm like, nope, we're waiting for it to get crusty first. Dev, I don't think you have the energy to mute me right now. I'm just gonna call your bluff. Just gonna go ahead and call that one. I suppose it would be worse the other way, you know? You're grinding the soggy parts into the carpet. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're here to be real chill, doing cross-stitch stuff, listening to nice music. Now we're gonna talk about Slurpee cat throw-up. Welcome back. I hope your rug is... It's not wonderful yet because you didn't get it yet because you just measured, but I hope it's gonna be lit. Link's burying in the blanket pile, putting his head under a pillow. Oh, no, he's putting his whole body under the pillow. Oh my god. That's a cat. That's right here. This does bug me that it's tilted. We had the screen, or we had like the capture tilted so that it was at least flat. I can't decide which thing I like better. I don't know. I guess if I work like this, it's not a big deal, but... Shoot, Dav, you're right. I've underestimated you and your bot army. Ooh, nice. God, someday when I get back to work, we have 10 apartments worth of actor housing, furniture, and accoutrements. And we no longer have those 10 apartments. Oh, and that is 90% of my job. Can't tell you how much I don't wanna. Oh, I wish I could still sleep under hot vent. I wish I didn't have the electric baseboard heaters anymore. I miss floor vents. I miss standing on them. Okay, after we finish this particular needle full of thread, I want to go back to that one little square that we missed. Kirby's little birthmark there. gonna be this color. There's nothing I hate more than friggin' threading your whole ass needle for one stitch. I hate you. I hate you, past self. I hate you. Nope. What happened to my depth perception? I had some once. I should just get a needle threader so we can stop going through this. There we go. Hey, Jesse Evans. No, I did not. Usually with Dark Souls, I hit a peak and then we just kind of go down in practical application of skill. So, we were not successful last night. I cut out pretty early, too. Perfect. Now we get to cut this off. I think over the weekend I'm gonna look up some better techniques. Not like too many. I don't want to give you guys the impression that I'm gonna try, but maybe like one. So maybe I'll stop doing one bad habit every week. It'd be great. It'd be mind-blowing. Yeah, that's alright. That's Dark Souls. It'll feel so good when we finally do it. Honestly, I think part of my problem is that I just don't feel like this boss is necessary. I could just leave. We already beat Gale. That's the pinnacle of my Dark Souls career. I've got nothing to prove anymore. Yes, Omega, yes. I love it. We do have more of this to do. Yes. What? Well, what? It just seems so out of the way, and like nobody even told me where it was because I fucked up the quest line. Is it actually necessary? Watch, if I don't beat this dragon, there's no way for me to finish the game. I get to the end of the game and it's just like, no, asshole. Yeah, I agree, Boxy. Like, I can hit him pretty consistently, and I was getting him down to phase 2, but it just took so fucking long. It took so long. Each good fight was such a time sink. Oh, uh-oh. Did I not fight Gale? Was that in my mind? I'm so scared right now. So scared of what you're gonna tell me. How can I make this smart? I don't know that I can make this smart, so I guess let's just keep going here. Where is Needle? Where's Needle? Where, Needle? There you are. Oh yeah, absolutely. So there are lots of things. Okay, so I'm sure there are things in the main quest line that I've forgotten or missed or willfully and obnoxiously walked past, despite the pleas from well-meaning beneficiaries of the channel. Oh, come on! No! No, there's no hardest boss. I fought the hardest boss. Every time I come up against a boss, you guys are like, this is the hardest boss. And then I beat the hardest boss. And then I'm like, yay, I feel good for 2 seconds. And now you're like, no, that's not the hardest boss. There's the hardest boss. God damn it. When will Dark Souls be through with me? Hardest boss yet. Oh, ouch. Oh, my hopes and dreams. All right, where have I missed something? Like where general area? Oh god, I hope so. I do love being overleveled. That's just my strat. This is fine. We can do it this way. Oh, Evil Christmas Town. Okay. I don't dread going back there. As you all laugh and say, lol, yet. Kirby definitely looks like he has a beard. Gotta get the rest of him face in. Alright, so now we want to do... Oh, or we could jump over there. Ugh. Actually, let's start here. I love not working in food service anymore, so my fingernails don't just flake off from cleaning chemicals if you so much as look at them. But I'm starting to feel like that one Family Guy with the long nails and the, you know. They're not even that long. A bunch of my friends get, like, super nice acrylic nails. They have a girl to go to. She's so good. But I don't know how you do shit with those. I can't even text now. I don't know how you do that. Wait, 100? We're not that high. I didn't think. I guess I looked up. I guess I don't really keep track. I just dump skills in. Or dump points in. Probably. Swiper? I had too many little nephews, and they all watched Dora, and then I don't like Dora, so I don't know. Is it Swiper? Probably, right? I'm also a lot less worried about spoilers, partially because we're in the third one and we're pretty close to the end, but also just in terms of, like, right now. You guys are... I don't know any other characters in Dora. The map? Oh, right, booths. Monkeys are weird, I don't know. I don't know, the things that bug me are like, use this weapon. Use this technique. You only failed one time, so let me tell you how to do it. That I don't like. But, oh, come on, brain. But, yeah, I'm less worried about actual spoilers now, because honestly, I'm probably going to ask you how to get to wherever this is Thursday. Oh, yeah, Diego was in it. I remember. There was something about Dora's eyes that just was extremely off-putting. I'm sure the children's shows that I watched as a child were also horrifying. Oh, awesome. Okay. Oh, I definitely forgot that, Boxy. Sorry, and thank you. But if I start changing tactics, then I'll be like a real Dark Souls player. Not like an obnoxious face tanker that has just been forced to play Dark Souls. And I'll have to accept that this is who I've become. One stream, one time I used consumables. Maybe 2 times. Alas. God damn it. I've been changed. Damn it. This is how you become a meth head, isn't it? Now I understand. I'm gonna have to go to a 12-step program for Dark Souls. Alright, that's fair. And use hollows on the posters. Oh God, I do want to be clear that the Alidus K monkey household does not condone illegal drugs. Oh, we should legalize drugs because then you can get help with the drugs and not worry about going to jail, and that's a long question. The war on drugs is a... I'm gonna go back to my coffee. Ah. Oh, that's funny because it's sad. Oh God. I can absolutely do that, Boxy. I can 100% do that. I'm back on real coffee again, which I'm not happy about, but real sick of not getting anything done, so here we are. We'll keep up this life until I start getting heartburn again. There's that. All right, speaking of coffee, I need a refill. Be right back. Oh, hi, Grid. Thank you, Grid. That was perfect timing. Good morning, Grid Monkey. Oh. Good morning, Kortra. Enjoy your lurks. Also, where's my breakfast? Just like a whole ass crate with sides, so they have to stay there. Just a nice plexi box. What was I doing? Whoop. Okay. Oh, Gibbs, you're so perfect. As I say perfect, Link whips his head around to look at me. Well, it's fine though, because socialized healthcare is communist or something. Ah, shit. This one's wrong. That's okay. Fine. Speaking of drugs, Zeno needs his drugs. Poor sneezy kitty. I do remember that. What is it then? Tell me, what is it? Whew. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm a little more chill than yesterday, which is probably good for the long term. Probably make this a little bit more doable. If I ratchet down the burning enthusiasm just a little bit. We'll be so calm. Okay, so I think that's all for this color. Looks like it. Yoink. Don't look at the back. It's fine, don't worry about it. Damn it, Gwen. We will be grossly incandescent. You know, I'm sad. I was trying to look up a soundboard for Dark Souls because there's soundboards for fuck all everything, because nerds love taking things apart and then putting them up on the internet. But the only, like, downloadable instance of Solar saying it's grossly or I feel grossly incandescent or whatever he says is awful. It's got all noise in the back. It's just real shitty sounding. Made me sad. I'm like, oh no, am I gonna have to start learning how to do this shit myself? I ain't got time for that. Oh, we already did 3774. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, nope, 3773. Numbers. We were also watching BattleBots last night because for some reason when BattleBots comes out is never a convenient night for me to watch it, so we always watch it several days later, and I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and that's probably why I couldn't sleep last night. Because I was so tired when we laid down, but then we watched BattleBots and I got all jacked up again. But at the beginning of BattleBots it says, robots activate, and all I want is that as my raid sound. Want it so bad. Yeah, that's fair, Deb. I would much prefer to complain about people on the internet that I don't know, however. Because I don't know them, so fuck them. I don't know. I also keep looking at Burning Enthusiasm and misreading it as Burning Euthanasia. So that's where I'm at for today. Hey, Cario! Oh, nice, Boxy. Thanks. Y'all are too good to me. Don't make me do any work for myself. Not sure if this is gonna come through to you guys. Oh, that sounds a lot better than the one that I found. Because it also had, like, stuff going on in the background. That's awesome. Perfect. Thank you, Boxy. I haven't changed up my alert sounds in way too long. Yeah, I think they did. Ah! My floss! Yeah. Yeah, get in there. That's right. Oop. Alright, what do we got now? Almost everything else, actually. Got a little bit of white to do, but other than that, I'm gonna do a big cheat. And just... I don't even think this is gonna be visible. Just gonna... Yeah, you can't even tell. Perfect! Fuck it! Cheating! I definitely cannot hear the music. Is it still going? Hey, Red Cat. Hell yeah. Okay. So we can do... Where should we start that makes sense? I love our little Kirby. It's just such a clean, put together sprite. I like it so much. I probably could have done a little better with colors, but actually it looks really good on the camera. Looks a little weirder in person, ironically. But I'll take it. I definitely didn't really choose Cario. I just kind of... picked a bunch. E! In the hole! In the hole! Thank you. Aw, nap time? I want a nap time. That's not fair. Hey, Jellycat! Yeah, I do always feel worse after a nap than I did before. Nice. Well, I hope work is smooth today. Ooh! I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch. I think I still have one solitary can of tuna left, so... I definitely eat too much tuna. I have very specific qualifications for what lunch means to me. And those all involve tuna. And probably wake up. Yikes. Oh, there goes the computer. Bye, chat. Mushroom dreams. Oh god. Hey, Ron. Ooh, sweet and spicy tea? That sounds interesting. Yeah, we can continue over here. This is fine. And then we'll just hop over to that other little nubbin. Oh, and then we'll be done with the nubbin. If only we could have more emotes. I'd have, like, nubbin hype. Ooh, yeah, I do like cinnamon and orange. It's kind of like the only tea that Grid will drink, also. like orange cinnamons type things. Nice. I read a Tumblr post or something about somebody who was like, well, I have COVID and can't taste anything, so I figure now's the best time I'll ever have to eat a whole jalapeno pepper. And afterwards, he's like, so that's what pain tastes like, minus all the flavor. Like YOLO, right? You've got that now. You're always gonna win Never Have I Ever. Wait, that's the opposite. I don't know. As a toddler, oh my goodness. Toddlers are weird, man. My brother, when he was little, loved pickled cauliflower. I feel like I've told you guys this. I don't understand. I can't imagine eating pickled cauliflower as an adult. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, you're right, Dev. I did have that backwards. Damn it. I'm not gonna lie, for so many years through college, I held on to, I mean, I was never interested in doing it in the first place, but I actively and specifically never played Guitar Hero because I could always fuck with everybody else and Never Have I Ever. I'd be like, never have I ever played Guitar Hero. All you motherfuckers drink. Nice. Well, I mean, not nice necessarily, but yeah! Take it to the man. You pulling out threads in my blanket, Gib? He sleeps like a baby, you know, like babies in commercials where their butt's real high up and their face is all squished on the ground. That's how babies sleep. Nice. Ugh. I don't want to misrepresent myself. I was always... I didn't drink very much. I was usually the DD. And the herder of the disaster crew. Must always be in control of facilities at every moment. Faculties, not facilities. Facilities might get me paid. That would be great. So this one, this row also. Maybe we should play Kirby Superstar again. Maybe we should wait until we have all the Kirbys done to play Kirby Superstar. I love Kirby Superstar. Eh. Midchoff87, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Ministry of Silly Walkthroughs, new friend. Hanging out and doing some stitching. I'm talking about terrible food decisions as toddlers. Yeah, I just think it's funny, you know, peppers evolved entirely to prevent most mammals from eating them. Birds can eat seeds, like birds do not do spicy, as in birds can eat peppers and it's not a problem. And then spread the seeds. But then we're just like, yeah, this hurts. I'm gonna put more of it in my mouth. Yeah, pain. And we fixed the follow alerts today, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so I think this one is... Okay, so we can do this stitch here. Pain feels good. Let's go... should we go around and come back? I love asking rhetorical questions and you guys are like, I don't know what you're doing, Ella. I don't know what your plan is. You're not explaining the whole thing. You're only asking parts of this. How am I supposed to respond to you? Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know spicy things could potentially be antiseptic. Still going right? Yeah. Yeah, we're still doing good. Oh my god, we're almost done. I'm so excited. I love that, like, 0.2 seconds when you're finished with a project where everything feels good. And then after that 0.2 seconds, you're like, oh my god, I have to start another project! Nothing feels good anymore. Well, I mean, everything feels good, but different. Oh god. I definitely remember warheads. I loved warheads as a kid. But I don't know if I can't, like, handle them anymore, or I'm just out of practice. But I had one relatively recently, and it was hard. I'm actually salivating thinking about it. Oh my god. That's horrifying. I don't think I've ever had toxic waste. Doesn't that come in like a bucket? I miss candy. I feel like the only candy I consume now is the candy that I'm certain I'm going to absolutely love. I don't just consume candy just because it's candy. Oh no! I don't think I've ever smelled a durian. Why would we eat those? Do they taste different? It's a gigantic cult, like a whole culture in on it. Oh. They just smell like a dump. Okay. Weird. Let's keep off on the face for a second, because I want to come on down here. Oh man, I love this so much. I'm not quite sure, Noctis. I was kind of half thinking that I might put them up on Etsy just because there's going to be 25 of them and I can't keep all of them, but I don't know. I'm having too much fun doing them, so I can't think about, oh, this is wrong. How is this wrong? Oh my god, this is wrong. Fuck. What'd we do? I'm the Naysayer. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, new friend. Shit. How did we fuck this up? Where am I? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So, is it here? Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so we're gonna sew this across, and then we've got to fix... Yeah, Zuria, absolutely. Did we do that? Yeah, I did that. Okay. Don't eat garbage, you idiot. Well, I suppose we could have made more mistakes. So just a little bit of mistake is not too bad. No, lady, everything must be perfect. I can be just as good as a machine, damn it. Okay. It's only 6 stitches that we fucked up anyway. Really only 4, actually. Oh, nice. I see. So I got a, here, let me get it so I can show you. Hang on. I have been doing it differently because while those look really nice, I kind of like being able to just, when I hang them, literally just hang them with on the ring, you know? And this one I got from a friend who is an actual, you know, like she works in our costume shop. She's an actual seamstress. She's very talented. She does things that I can't do. And she did this. This is denim. So she covers up the back of it and then just kind of snips this down close, which I really like because then you can hang it without any additional hardware. But I really do like the way that felt looks, or the felt and the blanket stitch looks. I feel like that might be a little safer for edges too over the long term. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that lets you don't have to trim the, you don't have to trim whatever you're sewing on quite so close. I also liked this because like the fabric she used was really, come on brain, really see-through. So it gave it a little, you know, like the blue of the denim gives it a little bit of color through the back of the thing. But obviously that would happen with felt anyway, with another technique anyway. What? Hi, Grid. She what? Now Grid's got to get into it because Grid knows more about sewing than I do.
Well, she glued,
yeah, she glued it down. Ray checked. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's easier to pull it. Like you don't glue the denim to the back of the thing. So if you try, if I dig in here, I can pull that.
Right.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay. Still didn't dig out my seam ripper, so we're just gonna do this with tiny scissors. Tiny scissors! Give me another needle. Oh yeah, so many options. I definitely want to try that. It looks so nice. Eh. Not even going to attempt to pull them out more neatly than this. Alright, I suppose sometimes the fingernails are worth it. They earn their keep in very specific situations. Come on now. Give up your hold on life. Your time has come. Embrace the void. Alright, if we're dealing robot hands, I also would love a pair of robot eyes. I'm not sure if the prescription in my right, or if my right eye is degenerating faster than my left eye, but I was definitely looking at my phone screen through my glasses last night and having a hard time until I, like, actively switched my vision to the other eye. Like, I've gotten astigmatism, so they're a little bit fucked up anyway. But, this is inconvenient and I hate it. Oh man, I hate doing this. Just one single fucking stitch is all I need out of this. I don't want to thread my whole needle for this. If it even wants to give me any thread. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I often don't think about, you know, purchasing things that would make my life easier, go figure. I also think I see colors differently out of each eye, but I don't quite know how to describe it. Like, I feel like I see more reds out of one eye. But I can't tell if it's all the time, or if it's just my brain has to warm up to my eyes. You know, the streaming setup has been so amazing because not only is it, you know, it's perfect light for streaming, it's also awesome for crafting. It looks like there is a small sun in my apartment from outside. Yay, we put 1 stitch back. Yay. Yay. I just want a studio, you know? I keep talking with Grid about our dream house. And in our dream house, we have a pole barn out back. It's got roll-up garage doors on both sides. Skylights. The roll-up garage doors on the front and the back, to be clear. The sides are for storing lumber. Skylights, because you can't have windows because you're going to be storing lumber. On one side will be all Grid's like heavy machinery shit, and then I'll have a nice little desk for painting and leatherworking. There'll be a door on one of the longer sides of the pole barn, and there will be a so you can go out on like a concrete patio, and inside the wall, like inside outside, so you can see it on both sides, there will be a fireplace, so you can either, you know, heat the pole barn or sit outside at the stove after hours. Oh, Alla, your foolish dreams. Grid will build combat robots, and I will make jewelry. Hey, Raven. Okay, yeah, here we go, fixing the rest of it. Where are you, Needle? There we go. This isn't quite as offensive, because at least it's 5 stitches. Yeah, we're almost done! I haven't decided what we're gonna do next week. So many possibilities. Oh, I said this way in the beginning, but I don't think there were a lot of people here, so I'm gonna say it again. I know I said that this was gonna be a Tuesday thing, but Baker reminded me that I promised to go on afternoon walks with her on Tuesday afternoons, because her grad school schedule has her off Tuesday afternoons. And I need to go outside on walks with Baker, because if I don't, I turn into a mushroom. Like, I'm a mushroom already, but it get bad. So, it'll probably be a Wednesday, Thursday thing. Come on now. Sorry, you guys can't see this part. Fuck. You know, I was thinking about what kind of Dark Souls cross-stitch I could do, but I feel like anything that I could do would be a lot more complicated than this. I'm sure there exist patterns out there, but it would probably be like a full pattern that I'd have to commit to, as opposed to a little sprite that I can make in a day and sew in a couple hours. Shit. I have made my bed and now I am lying in it. Lay flat, you son of a bitch! Whatever, we're just gonna be a little fluffy down there for a second. I can't fix it far enough from my face to let you guys see it, so I'm just gonna deal with it. And I'll fix it later. So now we need... Okay, you're done now, so now we need... that one. See, the problem is I'm working on a World of Warcraft crest for Sarah. I'm saying this because I don't think she's here. The Druid crest. And that's going to be a big project. Probably not quite as much of a pain in the ass as the skull owl thing that I did that took me 6 months, but still going to be a time-consuming project. And she knows what it is, because she sent me the pattern. But I don't want it to be... I doubt she's going to watch the VOD. But she already knows because she sent me the pattern. But I don't want her to see it happening. It was supposed to be a Christmas present. Fucked up. Oh shit, did I fuck up again? Yep. Sure did. That's the wrong color. Today's a good day. All right. Not you. You. All right, give me one more second. Gibbs, you gotta hold down the fort. I walk past the couch and Link has just got both of his legs splayed out and he's licking his belly. Like, sexy. Just sexy. I know, you know, Gibbs needs to really get his ass in gear and put in his application. You know, he's really gotta start supporting this family, you know? So sexy. This is right after he pooped in the litter box and just came tearing out through the house. Because the poops are scary, and you gotta get away from them fast. Okay, third time's the charm, right? Maybe this is the right color? Link is the ultimate runner. In GPQ. Oh no! Oh goodness, Boxy, are you alright? I mean, I hope you're alright because you're typing here and you're not currently on your way to the hospital. But holy shit! I'm glad you live with a paramedic, that's always nice. We were all just making jokes about, you know, magnifying glasses and not being able to see anything, and we're, you know, an embroidery stream, so it's a little old lady fest. Is it too soon to make an old person joke in your direction? We'll all have RGB on our jazzy scooters. What am I doing? What color is this? Nope, I have screwed myself. Alright, so that's all the same. You're the same, right? Listen, backs are a mistake. Vertical spines were a mistake. Oh, good, Rhino, good. Yeah, I keep trying to get Gramps. Well, there's just nothing around at the moment. So I keep trying to keep my ear to the ground for Gramps, but got nothing so far. Alright, let me try to dig this out just a little bit more. Shouldn't have done it like this. Should have been smarter. Wasn't. Now I'm gonna make it worse. Yeah, fuck you! Fuck you, future Ella, fuck you! Gonna end up pulling out this whole section. I don't give a shit. Nothing matters. That's good, Boxy. That's so good. I mean, it's terrible, but the best of a shitty situation. Oh, you know why the camera's so dark? Because it forgot all its settings again, didn't it? Stupid Logitech. Yeah, Eben. I've got that guy too. He's an asshole. Alright, this is stupid. Oh wow, it is so bright. What the fuck happened? Oh, Grid's doing things. I panicked. Sorry, Grid, if you want to, like, write these... You want to give me a crib sheet on what I should be doing for this. The fucking Logitech webcam forgets its settings every time it's no longer in use. And it's not even a bug, it's a feature. They're like, we want you, you know, automatic settings make it so you never have to worry about the camera. No. Automatic settings make it look shitty every fucking time I turn it on. And the only step up we can go is the camcorder, and the camcorder looks okay for face, but was really bad for crafting. It's just not sharp enough. Four to 6 weeks. Okay, so we also need some robot ribs. Got it. Hands, joints, eyes, ribs. This is RimWorld, right? I can just augment the shit out of you. I feel like I've never really taken any sort of over-the-counter aspirin-based, or aspirin, acetaminophen, ibuprofen. Oh wow, that's just a gigantic, disgusting snarl. Huh. I keep trying to fix it and I keep making it worse. I don't give a shit. What was I trying to say? I feel like I've just tried to use them too much for migraine headaches, which obviously they don't work for. When I was younger and couldn't have a migraine prescription, that now I don't trust that any of those sort of things actually relieve pain. Like, they do relieve pain, just not migraines. Thanks, Grid. You the best. I feel like we should leave a text box open, but blank in, like, whatever camera screen we're using. So if he's doing stuff in another room, he can just type, no problem. sorry.
What's funny is it didn't forget anything.
Oh, really?
It's all exactly the same number.
Really? It was just so dark. Alright, this Logitech camera blows. And the next step up is prohibitively expensive. Alright. Took me way too long to fix a stupid mistake. Way longer than it would have taken me just to do it correctly in the first place. Ooh, now it is very bright. Yep, it sure do. You're leaving it there? Grid says he's done. It doesn't help that I'm next to a whole bunch of windows. So if the snow, nope. Not if the snow comes out from behind the clouds. Let me try that again. If the sun comes out from behind the clouds, we're a little, fucked in terms of stuff. It doesn't adjust for that. It just makes it bad. As you're like, yeah, that's what I was telling. That's the joke, Ella. That's exactly what I was mocking. Don't look at the back. It's just getting worse. Don't look at it. All right, where else do we have to be? Pretty much everything. So let's do... Do we want to go up and down or across? I guess let's do a cross between the eyes. Oh, forgot about the tiny little... Forgot about the tongue. We gotta do the tongue. Get that tongue action in here. Yeah. I was always scared to open my eyes in the pool. Also, I feel like the only friend that I had with a pool had like an ultra chlorinated pool. So it might have been for the best. I feel like everybody needs a friend with a pool. I certainly don't want one. I don't want to take care of it. There's so much work. They're so expensive. But I definitely want to go over to a friend's house and swim in a pool. Oh man, this looks so good. But like, it looks better on camera than it does in real life. Just gonna keep looking at it. I've never understood Epsom salt. Like, what does it do? And how? Oh. That makes sense. Okay. I take it back. Take the disdain back. Closing in. We've only got one more color to do after this. Okay, let's jump over to here. Yeah, we can still do that from where we are. This one isn't too dull. I think it's getting a little duller from how often I've used it. But it isn't a blunt-tipped embroidery needle, or a blunt-tipped needle. I'm not sure what I'm trying to argue. Maybe that it's worse. Maybe that he's having a worse time. Huh. Interesting. I think I just got it recommended to me by people who I didn't trust a lot. Like, oh, have you had your arm amputated? Have you considered blowing sage on it? So you can regrow your arm like lizards regrow their tails. We want to go in here. Huh. I should have done that when I worked in retail. Man, I ended up with so many friggin' sciatic problems. And anytime you complain about them to mostly boomers, you're like, oh yeah, it's just shooting pains from my lower back all the way down to my heels. They're like, ah, suck it up. Everybody gets tired when they work. And I'm like, no, that's a, you know, a problem. It's a legitimate problem. We shouldn't have to deal with this. This can cause long-standing problems in the future. Man, I kind of want to raffle these off again, but the raffles that we used to do were such a stressful pain in the ass that I don't think I can swing it anymore. But maybe I could do something. We're getting to 1,000 followers, which is mind-blowingly awesome. Maybe for 1,000 we can do some kind of raffle or something. Exactly, Dav. Yeah, right, Jelly? And I mean, retail has just gone down in terms of staffing since they worked retail anyway. Yeah, it's not an issue if you don't have a diagnosis. Suck it up, Buttercup. Ugh. Make nest of pillows. Support all body part. Use Bindi as pillow. Bindi probably Wiggly pillow. Take care, lady. Thanks for stopping in. I hope your meetings are okay. Oh man, it's already 2. I was gonna say, wow, that's so many meetings. It's like hours and hours and hours of meetings. No, Ella, it's already 2. Please help. At one point, my grandma ordered, like, tags for her stuff. You know, like the tags that go in the back of your shirt? She ordered a bunch of those with her name on them. Like, made by Allogram. Little embroidered tags that you could sew onto things. I feel like that would be fun. Allacorp. Need an embroidery machine. I fucked up again. God damn it. Clearly I didn't get enough sleep last night. Well, that's not gonna work. Oh well. Only Wednesday. Yeah, I looked at the clock at like 11:30. Because I kept trying to roll over and go back to sleep because I just didn't sleep worth a shit last night. Kept trying to roll over, go back to sleep, and finally I looked at the clock and it was like 11:30. I'm like, oh no! I had something I was gonna do today. Oh no! Kind of good news, bad news about the hair though. I have a shower cap like a little old lady because you can't wash the hair every day. And you can't get it wet in hot water because the dye will come out faster. And it was so expensive, I will be goddamned if the dye's gonna come out any faster. So I have my little shower cap, but without washing my hair, showers take like negative time now. Which blows in the winter when it's really cold out and all I want to do is stand like a turkey with my mouth open and drown in the water in the shower. Like 1,000,000 degrees. So on the plus side, you know. Hey, Slimeologist, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. Oh man, all we have to do left is white. We're so close! Oh man, that does look so good. It looks better on the camera. The colors look smoother. I am pretty new to embroidery. I have done larger projects for friends. Okay, let me rephrase. I've done one larger project for one friend. But I'm pretty new to doing this, streaming them. Also, for now, for streaming purposes, I figured these small projects would be more fun because you can see the progression a lot faster. So, I also can't commit to doing them super often. I play video games at night. So this is kind of a bonus afternoon thing that we've started to do very recently. So while I do bigger stuff, I think for the purposes of the stream, we're just gonna do sprites, small stuff. But I am newbie. I am baby. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know what the dimensions were because I didn't know what I was doing when I started it, but I started a project for a friend for Christmas in fucking August. And I was like, yeah, maybe it'll take me a month or two. Like, nope, finished it in January. Like, fuck you, friend, you're getting your Christmas present? Never. Learned a lot, though. Came out nice. That is a fun fact, Cario. Gosh, I still can't hear... I don't know, I haven't been able to figure out my balance for me hearing the music. I just haven't really been hearing the music. Well, it'll just mean it's more special. All of that good energy that you put into thinking about it and thinking about your friend, and that's why I do love working on projects for people. Like, gotta charge those motherfuckers with good intentions. You're gonna be happy and you're gonna be healthy. Yeah, exactly. Oh, good. I'm glad you responded positively to to my insane rambling. I hear all the time about, I don't know, it's like a viral Tumblr post or something about the boyfriend sweater. You know, you knit your boyfriend a sweater and then he breaks up with you before you break up with him before the sweater's complete, and it's the curse of the sweater. You can't make your boyfriend a sweater. And I'm like, no, you put so much time and effort into making something, and you think about the person that you're making it for. You really think about them. And then you realize that you're putting hours and hours and ridiculous amounts of money into making them this thing, and they're an asshole, and then you break up with them. Yeah, Boxy, that's right. Oh, I did make Grid a blanket, and we're still together, so... Grid escaped. Actually, technically I've made Grid 2 blankets, so maybe I negated my own curse. I made Grid a normal, like a normal crocheted blanket. Normal. But then I made him a Pixel Sprite Metroid blanket, which came out awesome. So awesome, I barely ever take it out of the closet to put it on anything because it's just awesome. No, he doesn't really, but that's not his fault. It's my fault because we have 400,000 blankets in this household. And I, like, change up the blanket scheme summer and winter. You know, we've got summer blankets and winter blankets. So if I don't pull out the blankets... Grid is still inundated with blankets. There are still so many blankets you will never want for a blanket. You can't go 2 steps in this house. Oh, I'm sorry, Gibbs. I just wanted to pet you. I'm sorry, I won't touch you anymore. You can't go 2 steps in this house without touching at least 6 blankets. So it's my fault. Oh, big mood on Crafter's ADD. Feel that. I want to learn how to do all the things. Can't I get a patron, you know, like, to set me up in a studio, give me lots of money to just fuck around for the rest of my life? That's a great idea, honestly. That's like I said, mostly I do stream video games, but that's kind of why I started to begin with, because I wasn't able to allow myself the time to sit down and play something to completion. So I found that making myself sit down and play with an audience kind of made me focus a little bit better and has really improved my ability to do that, to allow myself that time. Can definitely be a depressing slog in the beginning, though, but... Come on now. As long as you keep an eye on doing it because you're enjoying it, not doing it because make partner or because be Markiplier. Oh no, Boxy. Just, like, sleep on a lever, so when you're done, you can get one of your roommates to just, like, springboard you off of whatever you're sleeping on. I'm not helping. This is not helping. Oh, this is so much thread for 4 stitches. I'm really not looking forward to playing Metroid Prime tonight. I feel like I'm so lost. We spent half of last time running around not knowing where we were going. Ooh, sorry guys. I'll just punch your ears. Punch you right in the ears. I don't know. It is nope, Time-Lapse Kingdom. From 72 Minutes of Fame. I suppose you knew it was Time-Lapse Kingdom because I have the About Me or the song name on there. Oh shoot, I forgot to re-enable the repeating link to his Bandcamp. Okay, well, I feel like everybody knows who C418 is, who is here right now. And I'm pretty sure 90% of you own his discography, so I won't feel too bad for today. Thanks, Grid. Sorry. This is what happens when I try to do things. Oh no, I got a cat hair in it! I keep sewing cat hairs into my work. Why do I have so many cats? Dev, I have to be honest with you. I cannot for the life of me tell the difference between Miles and Chester. But whichever one of them had that tongue out in that picture you posted earlier, that's illegal. That is too cute to be legal. That is a fireable offense. I'm gonna sue. Chester have tongue? Okay, got it. I'll do best, or I'll do my best. Gotta tell these boys apart. Keep making fun of Baker because she can't tell the difference between Gibbs and Zeno, or Gibbs and Link. How am I any better? Although, at least Gibbs and Link are two different kinds of tabby. Link is super large, yeah. Oh, Miles has socks. Okay, I'll try to remember Miles has socks. Okay, so let us do this a dirty way. Zuria sent me such a nice, clean, beautiful way to back these things, and I am going to ignore it because I cannot. I'm like a rock rolling downhill. If I start putting my brain away, that is the way that we have to do it. So we're gonna do it the dirty way. And we're gonna use a hot glue gun. Look, it's from Sears. This glue gun's older than I am. Gonna plug it into the power strip that all my computers are plugged into, and my apartment's gonna catch on fire. The socks and the sound. Oh. So cute. Okay, quick, don't look in the nightmare drawer. This is the nightmare drawer of nightmares. Or the magical drawer of magic, depending on how much ADD you have. Oh, look at that. That came out so good. so much nicer on the camera than it does in real life. Ah, I love it. I'm so happy. Oop. I'm a dumb person and I cut it out on the wrong side last time. I was trying to remember what friggin' pattern I've already backed one of these for, because none of the Kirby's are backed, but it was Baker's Christmas present. It was the little jam buds. Or the "this is my jam" pun of a little jam holding a guitar. Also, we can use my dead flare-leg jeans from the 90s. I'm sorry, the early 2000s. And also the late 2000s. I held on to flare-leg jeans for a really long time. Who am I kidding? I still wear them. Look, skinny jeans are great and everything, but you can't put on big fluffy socks underneath them. You need some space in the calf area for big fluffy socks. It is, Cario, and it's a travesty that Baker's never watched Steven Universe. I keep trying to get her to do it, because I think it would be so... I think she'd love it. But hasn't happened yet. And the whole time I was making it, I was just thinking of Jam Buds. The Steven Universe episode. I don't know. Look. I don't know. Can't be responsible for everything, you know. Oh, you know what? I do have a fabric pen somewhere. In the drawer of nightmares. Well, yeah, I said depending on how much ADD you have, it could be a normal drawer. There's your answer. Sure. Humans were a mistake, yeah, in general. Hard agree there. Oh, you know what? I keep trying to find one of those green craft. I can't think of the word. I can't think of any words today. Today my brain is just done. We're done today. One of the green craft mats. There we go. But the big ones are horrifically expensive. I bet I could find a small one that would fit right here, and that would be great. Because this is shiny. I know, the junk drawers in all my relatives' houses were like my favorite thing. You can find so much neat shit there. Oh, I still drew on the wrong fucking side. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh well. Like, I cut the leg open specifically so I could draw on the inside, and then I didn't. Welcome to the stream. This is like Bob Ross, except if Bob did everything that you weren't supposed to do. Yeah, the green cutting mats. I don't know how big it is. Let's see. It's a little under 13 inches. It's like, or it's a little under 14 inches by... It's like 13 by 18-ish when it's fully extended. Probably wouldn't need all of that, though. It could probably be smaller than that. Perfect, Evan. All right. Actually, let's put this back down. So it's not so shiny. This might be a little small, actually. Oh, that's okay. Should have done it on the outside. Take two! Better anyway because it's on the right side. This might be a little big. Look. And just never get it right. Oh my god, that's so cheap! Well, fine then. I will have to get that, thank you. And even if it is total trash garbage for $8, I'll throw $8 in the garbage. I don't give a shit. Come on, hands. Gotta quit it with this fucking shaking shit. I hope it's just a caffeine problem and a low blood sugar problem, and not that I actually have, like, a real medical issue. Yeah, usually if I have to cut anything, I mean, I don't have a rotary wheel or anything, so most of the things I cut are with scissors. I do occasionally use a razor. But, if I do that, I either lay down cardboard or most of the time I go over to the coffee table. As you guys are going, coffee table? Why would you ruin your coffee table? Well, because we got the coffee table for free from someone who didn't want to move with it. That's the truth, Boxy! Hell yeah! American medical system. Hacked! I don't know why this one doesn't want to close as much as the other ones have closed. Whole time. I'll have to get out my fucking pliers to close this one. Okay. Now, if I were better than I am, I should probably not use hot glue, but hey, guess what? Oh, look at that. That's so bad. Whew. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think mine today is just, like, I had a donut for breakfast, so I had sugar for breakfast, and then I had 2 cups of coffee, and I haven't been drinking a lot of coffee, so... It's fine. We'll be fine. Hello, internet strangers. Here are all of my medical problems. You stuck with your stable life to have a bed to sleep in. You've never done the things you wanted just because you thought you'd stay. Don't worry, I will eat actual lunch as soon as we're done. With protein in it. I promise. See, it sucks because, like, if you're in the depression trough, if I'm in the depression trough, I don't want to eat because I can't do anything and I don't have the spoons to cook anything. But then when I'm in the manic phase, I don't want to eat because eating takes time and I want to do other things. Ah, that's hot. I have a few more. I've really been trying to think of the differences between how Grid and I perceive food, because I like crave things and Grid doesn't crave things. I think Grid and I kind of have the same perspective that if we could survive on nutrient paste, we would, except I have texture problems, so I can't eat things. I can't eat certain things because they're gross. Grid can eat a lot more things. That's so many things. That's so many things. I was talking about sushi in another Discord server yesterday and today. And I'm like, I will never. I failed the millennial uh what's the word I'm looking for? The millennial overlords, because I cannot eat avocado. It's slurpy. Flavor is fine, but it's slurpy. Yeah, I don't want to be a picky eater. I would love to try things, and there are a lot of things that I do try that I surprise myself and I like, but textures are a problem. The internet is so cool because all of these things that I just lived with for so much of my life, I'm discovering are like indicators of various neurodivergence. I'm like, oh, I thought I was just alone and very broken. I mean, I'm still pretty broken, but not alone. Hell yeah, Dav. Textures can frick off. Oh, that had to be so helpful in terms of, like, now you can go about your life. Probably doesn't help you, Zuria, with people still not understanding, but ah! Alright, look, it doesn't look great on the back. But it looks sturdy. So not only is the denim between, like, on the other side of the inside hoop, it is underneath the folded down and glued down Aida, and it came out nice on top. Yeah, insane, but not your fault. All right. Hell yeah. That came out so nice. I'm so happy with this. I don't know what sprite we're gonna do for next week. I have Sword all done, but it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to rework it because it's too tall to fit in one of these. So I'll have to decide if we want to do Sword just outside of a frame or if I just want to fix it so it can go in a frame. I really would like to have them all go in this 4-inch frame because I like the I like the set. I still have to do all of these. I haven't done all of these yet. Don't look at the back. Oh man, this was my first one and I just left tails everywhere. Look, I don't know what I'm doing. So excited about these. This is so fun. I do. That would be a good point. I could try to do that. I have some 18 count in my drawer. We could see how that would work. But it doesn't matter because there's so many more Kirbys to do. We can just do more of them and deal with it later. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll, rather than cover all of the backs of these today, I think I'll just stop streaming and eat some lunch and maybe do some dishes. because the dishes are starting to smell a little weird. So yeah, we'll definitely do a Kirby next week. It might end up being Wednesdays because Baker wants to take me for a walk. So it might be a Wednesday, Thursday thing. But I'll let you guys know as we get closer to it. Thank you guys so much for being here with me for this. This has been so much fun. I've been enjoying this so much. I will see some of you later tonight. We'll be playing Metroid Prime around 6 p.m. Eastern. Everybody have a good one. Take care.